Hey, our Leap Day Zoom special is really not a scripted event today. Primarily, we want to share some information, yes, regarding the Leap Lab and some other items for those of you that are trustees or just Lions that care about and love your foundation, so that you're more equipped to be able to be ambassadors and share information with others. Uh, what's behind me here, for those of you that can see me, I'm actually in our LEAP, our Lions Eyeglass Assistance Program, our LEAP Optical Lab. If it doesn't get mentioned later, it is the world's first charitable optical finishing lab where we make high quality, low cost eyeglasses for Oregonians in need. I know that everybody probably already knows that, but sometimes in life, it's easy to take things for granted. And Leap Day only comes around every 4 years, right? So we wanted to utilize this as an opportunity to celebrate our very unique LEAP Optical Lab. And again, to help you as stakeholders, as trustees, as Lions, to maybe better understand not only how unique the LEAP Lab is, but how much impact it has in terms of helping people around the state. These different colored trays that you can see behind me all represent a pair of eyeglasses that our opticians here are making for Oregonians in need, many of which were sponsored by their local Lions Club. We'll talk a little bit about how this program saves Lions a ton of money. More importantly, it helps Oregonians see the world in front of them. But also some of the jobs here, these jobs right here are all orders that we got from one of our strongest partnerships, the KCI Institute, which is a part of OHSU, Oregon Health Sciences University. And they really help us deepen our impact and spread the influence of LEAP around the state by doing events where we might get 20 or even 30 jobs at a time, helping people also in need. So it's really great that our program helps Lions Clubs help people, but that our partners connect with people in need as well. I think, Brenda, if you can bring up the our presentation deck, and we'll go ahead and get started. We do also have a special guest that we're going to introduce later, and part of that introduction is going to be with my colleague, Nicole. Nick, how are you doing today?
Hello, everyone, and I'm doing well. Thank you, Doug,
Good.
and thanks for joining us. We have a lot of cool information to share. So we're very excited to leap today.
Absolutely. Absolutely. They say you're supposed to look before you leap, but the heck with that. We're just going to leap into this. All right. Oh, I apologize for, I might use 25 leap puns today, and they'll all be really bad, but what the heck? Look before you leap, whatever. Hey, happy Leap Day. Who knows what Leap Day even, why it even exists, right? We all probably kind of understand. Oh, John Aubrey does. John, you probably know that Julius Caesar played a role in using a calendar adjustment. Oh, you're going to go back even farther than Julius Caesar, maybe. Julius Caesar gets some of the credit for adding a day after Februarius. I've been waiting all day to say that. Februarius. The second month on the calendar used to be known as. And apparently they added one day. I think they partied really hard that day as a way of balancing out the calendar. Because if you didn't have that extra day, if I understand it right, every day would need an extra 11 minutes. And that would be kind of complicated to keep the seasons, straight. Although I have to tell you, here in Oregon, our seasons have been all messed up, I think the last couple of years anyway. The other day it snowed on me, the sun shone, and then it hailed, and then it rained. I think I experienced all four seasons in one day. And so leap day isn't perfect. The next slide, I think, also addresses how there are different interesting little factoids. Does anybody know anyone that was born on leap day on February 29th? Art does. I grew up.
I wasn't born on leap day, but I know somebody, a couple of them.
So hopefully they were more fortunate than my friend, Brad in Salem, who was born on February 29th. And his darn parents, I kid you not, only celebrated his birthday every 4 years. I have a feeling that Brad probably celebrates it every year now on March 1st or February 28th or whatever. But yeah, those kids, though, are called leaplings. If you were born on leap day, you are called a leapling for whatever that's worth. Apparently, also before Julius Caesar, some of the ancient calendars, they would have an entire month to address the calendar. And I've read stories about these wild, crazy festivals and parties and whatnot, but we don't have time to get too much into that. What we do have time to do, though, is to tell you a little bit about the history of this amazing place that I'm sitting in right now. The LEAP Lab was founded, we started it back in 2015. Nicole, I'm pretty sure that you remember, because you were so instrumental in writing the grant to Lions Clubs International, that we were so proud to show off the lab. That image on the left is Kelly and Katie, who you're going to be meeting and seeing here shortly, showing that off to, at the time, International Director Carla from Wisconsin. She was the first international director to visit the lab and to help us dedicate it. And some of you may remember there was a gentleman from Walport who operated a fishing boat, and he had the hardest time in storms, he would say. He had two pairs of glasses. He had his readers and he had his regular glasses. And sometimes in rocky seas, he would have trouble getting his readers because they would be sliding away from him, so he could look at, the whatever in a boat, the dashboard. What's a dashboard on a boat called? Greg was very grateful that the LEAP Lab made him a pair of glasses that were bifocals so that he didn't have to switch glasses back and forth. And he was our very first ever LEAP recipient. The image, though, on the right of Greg there was when he came back years later as a paying I Promise customer. And what a really cool situation, where our first ever charitable LEAP client is now a retail customer of I Promise, which makes the LEAP program possible for everybody. The next slide, I think, Nick, there's some historic photos and oh, that's from our first birthday party. So this was maybe not LEAP Day, but this was the first anniversary of our LEAP Lab. So we kind of threw a few photos in from 2016. I think that actually was a LEAP Day. And you got a beautiful cake there on the left and some eyeglass cookies there on the right. I believe, Art, you were here that day. We had a nice crowd here that helped us celebrate being 1 year old. And Nicole, why don't you walk us through some of the information that, some of the photos that are on the next slide?
Wonderful, happy to. So as Doug mentioned, just to give a little reference here, in August 2014, that is when we received our award from Lions Club International Foundation for the creation of the lab. And that was an awesome process, learning for a lot of us, and just really fun to pull that together. So 219,000 was the base grant. So it's important just to give you those facts. So here you're seeing, of course, our 1 year party. And I kind of remember it like it was yesterday. Wish I was still there. But we had a lot of fun prepping and celebrating. You know, to me, 1 year, what they achieved within the lab is astonishing. And then to think that you're going to see in the next photo what happened in the next few years for continuity. So here, I wanted to share with you the exciting sort of comparison. If you see, you can see how the lab has changed, expanded, grown. So in 2019, like late 2019, we received some funding from the Swindells Foundation. You'll see that logo there, our friends whose foundation does not exist anymore, but it is incorporated with a community foundation. So that's just a little quick background. We received an award for $75K. And that also buttressed the remodel cost, which was much higher. And we also want to thank all the Lions over the years who've helped us and partnered with the LEAP Lab and have supported the LEAP Lab financially. But specifically, what is important about this slide, which I love the comparison, is that the doubling of the size, and Tracy looks adorable, of course, doubling of the capacity. So not only did we purchase new equipment, so edgers, as you can see in the photo on the top right, complete remodel, doubling the capacity and the space, and just enhancing every aspect of the lab. It's transformational, right? And that way you can double the amount that you're edging, double the amount of eyeglasses we are making to help low-income Oregonians and to help you, Lions Clubs, receive high-quality, low-cost glasses for people in need in your community. Thank you. Doug, over to you.
Well, there's just some fun images here. We even let the lion in the upper left-hand corner come in and make glasses, I think, on a special occasion. That was kind of fun. But again, this is kind of through the years and also showing some of the photos from the expansion. I believe that the next slide is actually a bit of video where Katie and Kelly describe what took place during the expansion. So let's go ahead and play this video.
Hi, I'm Kelly Ezra, the Optical Director, and I'm Katie Torgerson, the Optical Manager. We wear many hats, and today, we're general contractors. So we're really excited. Today, we're in the construction phase of expanding our optical lab space. We received a generous grant from Swindells that OLSHF had to match. We asked for funds to cover the cost for 2 new edgers and cover the construction cost to enlarge the existing space. Currently, our lab has the capacity for 1 or 2 opticians to work and to edge up to about 60 eyeglasses per day. With the expansion, we will comfortably be able to have 4 or 5 opticians in there edging at once and produce nearly 150 eyeglasses per day. We're really excited because we are here to be Knights of the Blind, as the Lions made a promise to Helen Keller. So having this expansion is going to allow us to serve more people. And we're so excited because it's finally done. Yay!
Yeah, but I love watching that video. Love that picture also. On the left, Nicole, can you tell us what that image from 2015 is all about?
Oh, my pleasure to do so. So that is Richard with Katie and Kelly and Richard's mom. So Richard had been seen by Dr. J.P. Lowry. And as you all know, but just to remind you, Dr. Lowry manages our Lions Low Vision Clinic and seeing children all over the state with severe vision issues. So in this case, we love this photo. We love the story because the LEAP Lab helps everyone. And Richard, as a beneficiary here, because he was seen by Dr. Lowry in the office when Dr. Lowry does his yearly exams for low vision kids, this is the result. Quickly, efficiently, creatively, his glasses are adorable. Katie and Kelly and the LEAP team were able to prepare those glasses, and therefore Dr. Lowry could do an extended kind of exam and do a little bit more analysis with Richard. And so to me, that this just defines how flexible and how many ways the LEAP Lab helps not only adults, but children with glasses and people who are eligible and in need, and just super cute as well. So, and then of course you've got on the right side to compare. In the video, you see the renovations, you see Katie and Kelly managing and creating all that they did, the beauty in the new lab. Thank you, over to you.
I'm really pleased to be able to introduce to you 2 of the key people that made this LEAP Optical Lab happen. And we're also going to meet Tracy, who really runs the show in here.
Hi there. We'll run too. Okay. The LEAP Lab was built in 2015 to address the high demand for eye exams and eyeglasses for folks in need throughout the whole state of Oregon, since Oregon Health Plan dropped vision coverage for the majority of adults, which skyrocketed our referral system. We get about 600 referrals a month for adults and children that are in need of eye exams, eyeglasses, or hearing related services. And we built our LEAP Lab with grant funding from LCIF and Swindells Family Trust. And here's the expansion of it, which we did in 2020. Yes, during COVID, we were busy during COVID so that we can expand our capacity and allow more opticians to be in here edging eyeglasses.
Yeah, so we love working, my head's kind of gone, there we go. We love working with all of our clubs throughout the state. A couple things, which there's a slide to show you this, but Katie does a phenomenal job of outreaching to providers and trying to connect clubs with providers, either their existing one or new ones. And with the LEAP Lab, we are able to make really high quality, low cost eyeglasses that start at $40 for single vision. That includes a brand new frame with a 1-year warranty, the lenses, a case, and a cleaning cloth. $50 for aligned bifocal and $60 for aligned trifocal. So we're an opportunity, even if your club or the people's clubs that you visit have something going and they don't want to use our lab, that's okay. We like to think of ourselves as a tool and the toolbox as an option. We've had clubs reach out to Katie or I and they're like, we use somebody else, but someone saying that they have to have this type of lens, and we can kind of get information just to help support your club. We just want to be a resource for you. And another thing which will come up is if you ever visit clubs and they tell you that they're paying for children's eyeglasses, please encourage them not to do that and reach out to Katie, because we also manage the KEX Kids Fund, and any child who qualifies can get a free eye exam and glasses. So the club should be saving their hard-earned money for adults, because that's where there's a greater need.
Yes. And we network with about 100 vision professionals and local Lions clubs throughout the state of Oregon. And since inception of 2015, we've saved Lions clubs a little over $2 million. Prior to our LEAP lab, we got feedback that clubs were paying on average $150 per pair of eyeglasses for the people in their community. And as Kelly mentioned, through our LEAP lab, the base price for eyeglasses starts at just $40 for a single vision, $50 for aligned bifocal, and $60 for aligned trifocal. And of course, if anything beyond that is needed medically, then just we'll reach out to your club prior to making the eyeglasses. At the beginning of last year, we sent a survey out to all of our providers throughout the state, because we love to get feedback, good or bad, candid feedback about how our lab's working. And we got nothing but great reviews with our turnaround time, quality, all of that. The providers that we work with love working with our lab. And one thing that they did give feedback on was the selection of frames in our frame kit. We have a frame kit that consists of 15 different styles, 2 color options each, and this is universal for children and adults. So some of the feedback we got was that there was not enough color, and we didn't have small enough options for children. So now we've added, we've revamped the kit. It's almost ready to go. We have our stock of thousands of frames ready to make kits to be shipped out. We've got a beautiful purple frame with a little bit of gold temples. And we've got this cute little tinies called Ninja. So beautiful selection. We have a frame that will fit the widest face, like my own, and we have frames that will fit the tiniest face, like my 4-year-old son, Graylin. So anything in this kit, everybody should be able to find something that works for them.
And we are in the process. Katie has been working so hard on this, making sure that we can get them, because there's sometimes supply issues that are beyond our control, and we fine-tuned it, and then we thought we were done, and we fine-tuned it again, and we fine-tuned it. And we're really excited that we will be working this weekend to get these all prepared to send out to all of our providers across the state. They're going to be so excited.
And over here, if you want to move the camera behind you, Doug, all of these trays are file checked and ready to go. So this one is going down to Eugene Eye Care for a child through the KEX Kids Fund program. All these black trays are for adults that have been going through our LEAP lab. One's going to Pendleton, one's going to Prineville, Malala, Florence. That's a rush, and we got that out within just a couple of weeks. And then all of these teal trays are for events that we do with KCI Outreach Program. We work with KCI's Outreach Program. They have now 2 mobile units that go all around the state of Oregon into rural areas, mostly where there's maybe migrant workers or people that are undocumented or don't have access to vision coverage otherwise. And KC can provide free eye exams, and they cover the cost of eyeglasses for people, and they order the majority of them through our LEAP lab. So that's what these teal trays for. This was just one event through the KCI Outreach Program. And if you pan over here, all those pink trays are from another event. And then of course, all of the black and gray are adults through the network of LEAP providers throughout Oregon.
Cool. Hey, Brenda, do me a favor, advance to the next slide on the debt. And we're just going to remind Lions clubs of how much that we charge the Lions clubs for different pair of glasses. Oh, there we go. Kelly, you want to just kind of give a quick overview of what we're seeing here?
Yeah, definitely. So the slide you're seeing there is a picture of our older kit. You just got to see you just got the sneak peek of the brand new kit. But so our eyeglasses that we make, they go for $40 for single vision, $50 for aligned bifocal, and $60 for aligned trifocal. with our clubs, we never charge more for, there's two material choices. One's called plastic. The fancy name is CR39, and the other material is polycarbonate. Polycarbonate is an impact resistant material. A lot of eye care providers will charge an upgrade fee for poly, but we don't do that. Poly is really important if someone only has vision in one eye, or if it's a child, or sometimes we get people who say, oh, you know, part of my job is, I just had recently a woman who works at a gas station, and she said, people throw things at me, which is really sad. But I said, well, let's put you in poly to protect your eyes. So we never charge our clubs more. We don't do progressives for this because it's just, there's no medical necessity for progressive. That's more of a need than a want. And if we ever do get people that need something special, sometimes a doctor might say, oh, they really need a tint or something because maybe they're photophobic. We always will reach out to the club and get permission before we authorize that. And we found that this is really helpful because in the past, sometimes doctors, they do suggestive selling from the chair, and we had clients and we had clubs calling us and saying, well, my doctor said I had to have transition lenses. And then we would call and they were like, no, it was just a suggestion because they're outside a lot. So we've been able to save clubs money that way too, to make sure that we can help find out when it's necessary versus when it's just a desire or suggestive sell. So one thing too is when we work with the different clubs, Katie networks to get clubs connected, and the fee for the exam is between the club and the provider, and they'll pay the provider directly. Katie's really good at suggesting and kind of guiding the conversation to keep the fees as low as possible so clubs can help more people. And when the clients go to get their exam and then they pick out their glasses, the client is paying a $20, we call it a copay or a fitting fee. They're paying that out of their own pocket to the provider. That helps the provider. It compensates for time that's being used. And honestly, providers like to see that some people put some of their own money into it. We found that people take better care of their glasses. They're less likely to break them or lose them. And we've had some providers who are like, well, the club wants to pay, but we feel like the client should pay because the club's already paying us for the exam and for this pair of eyeglasses. So it does, I think, resonate really well with our providers when the clients themselves are putting $20 into that to help out.
And here at our foundation, we have the I Promise Optical Retail Shop, which is open to the public and Lions or anybody that wants to come get beautiful eyewear. It's not restricted to just the frame kit. We have over 500 frames in stock, all different styles, and people are able to choose whatever type of lens they want. Progressive lens, which is a no-line multifocal lens. They can get transitions, whatever they want, and we do not bill insurance. And again, this is separate from the Lions Eyeglass Assistance Program. So through I Promise Optical, it's open to the public. We don't bill insurance because we looked at doing that. We really wanted to. And we were told that we would have to raise our prices by about 30% to be able to meet those reimbursement rates. So through I Promise Optical, 100% of the profit there goes right into our charitable foundation to continue providing the gift of sight all throughout the state for people in need. And we also, through I Promise Optical, do fit for Lions clients. So people that are in the Portland metro area that maybe already have a prescription, Lions clubs can refer them to our shop here at I Promise Optical, and we could provide the fitting. And we do still charge that $20 fitting fee. And that just goes right into our charitable foundation to keep doing what we do. And yeah, we've gotten feedback from Lions saying, well, what if somebody can't afford that $20 fitting fee? That may be the case. There really are people that are at a time where they cannot provide that themselves. And we actually recently had a gentleman, he's houseless, and we said, hey, you're responsible for a $20 fitting fee. And he said, no problem. I'll be back in a couple of days. I'll go collect cans or go wash windows. I can find $20. And he was so prideful that he was able to put some skin in the game for his eyeglasses.
And one thing too with our a way you can share with your clubs or the people that you visit when you go to clubs that they can help support the foundation is by buying your eyeglasses that I Promise. And one way that we make that really easy is every year we take what we call a trunk show. We bring bunch of our frames to MD36 convention. We always have a really great sale, so all of our Lions get a great deal. And Katie was just telling me her idea for the sale the other day. It's really good. So you guys for sure bring your prescription to convention and you can shop, I promise, and get a really great.
We'll tell you guys a little secret. We are giving away a free frame. So you
with
can
set
get
of lenses.
any frame from our shop for free with the purchase of your lenses.
Cool.
It's we've never done that.
Awesome.
It's exciting.
See, this is one of the benefits of attending the Leap Day Zoom special, is because you're the only ones that know this. So cool.
And you have to wait 4
Free
years.
frames and lenses at MD36.
No, you have to buy the lenses, but you get a free frame.
Oh, I thought I heard you. Okay,
I
thank
said
you.
you have to buy the lenses. to get
Sometimes
that
I
free
need
frame.
things explained to me 3 times.
And there's training.
Awesome. Katie, Kelly, thank you so much. We don't have time to get a thorough interview from Tracy, but we can't be in her lab without saying hi to Tracy.
Hello, everybody.
Happy Leap Day.
Happy Leap Day.
Awesome. You know, I do remember when we came up with the concept and we were first introducing the Leap Lab to Lions clubs, we did hear from some clubs from around the state that, oh gosh, you know, that's too far for our people we want to help to have to go to Portland. And so we had to explain to them, no. You send them to your eye doctor, just like you currently are, but then we'll talk to that optometrist to convince them to order the lenses through our lab. Just yesterday, I was opening some mail, and in one day, we received checks from these Lions clubs for their Leap clients, from the Roseburg Lions, the Pendleton Lions, the Bandon Lions, Hood River Eye Openers, Gresham Breakfast Art, Gresham Supper, Milwaukee Lions. That was just, and right here in Portland, the Portland Downtown Lions. That was just in one day. The payments that came in, $40, $50, $60, although one check was for $400 and it helped 12 people. Think about that. $400 and it helped 12 people. I don't know how the math client worked out on that, but it did. So that being said, it's so fun to be here in the Leap Lab on Leap Day. And thank you all for supporting this really unique and impactful effort that multiple District 36 Lions can tap into. Hey, Brenda, let's go to our next slide because we're getting really close to introducing you to a special guest. Remember, this Leap Day Zoom special is all about helping our trustees have more knowledge, more information, and provide support for you so that you can better be ambassadors and share resources that the foundation provides. So again, over 80 vision professionals, over 80 Lions clubs. We really want to help Lions clubs in Oregon and Northern California take the leap and help people in a very profound way. And so those of us that registered are qualified to participate in the wheel spin. Kind of bad news, good news. We don't have a huge turnout, but the good news for you is that you have a better chance to win. So as ambassadors of the organization, the first wheel spin, the winner is going to win one of our OLSHF trivia games so that when you do a presentation, if you don't love public speaking, you could just play OLSHF trivia. Or heck, you could do it at one of your Lions Club meetings. We're going to spin the wheel, and whoever comes up will be hopefully the proud winner of an OLSHF trivia game made by Vice District Governor Kerry Bartley of the Milwaukee Lions. So let's see who the winner is. And the winner is from the Bend Sunrise Lions Club, Russ Chase. Congratulations, Russ. You are hopefully the proud winner of an OLSHF trivia game. We're going to spin the wheel again later, and the prize is going to be, it's really special. I'll wait for it and tell what it is. Hey, Nicole, you and I, we talk to our trustees and try to explain to our trustees and to Lions that, man, Lions have been supporting this organization. Next slide, please. Lions have been supporting this organization since 1959. They've been very generous financially and with time. And the foundation actually has something of tremendous value that we offer at no cost, not only for our trustees, but for any Lion in Oregon. And for anyone that has met with an attorney or an estate planning professional to have a will developed, it can be expensive. This resource doesn't completely erase any expenses, but it sure can make the process much more efficient and, yes, less expensive by using freewill.com. Nicole, can you give us just a quick overview of FreeWill, and can you introduce our special guest today?
Thanks, Doug. Yes, I'm pleased to share this resource with you all. And basically, this is a tool that we want you to explore. We want you to share it with others. It's a free resource, and it's certainly an area that we hope you'll feel comfortable if you need to talk to us about it. But it's truly just a free resource. And we're going to share with you why there's such a benefit to it and how it connects to your foundation. And the way we're going to do that is not me, I'm not the expert in free will, but I do enjoy using it. I've learned a lot in the process. And the reason why I've learned a lot is because we partner with Free Will, this company, and we have the pleasure of working with Maddie Alvarez. She's a senior partner success strategist working with Free Will. We've partnered with Maddie and Free Will for the past year. And just to let you know, as an overview, Maddie provides us with technical support, guidance, content, and helps us share the benefits of free will, helps us sort of demystify the whole process, and encourages us to understand how we can help people in a time of where they want to leave a bequest, whether it's for the foundation or anyone. And truly, this is a resource we just want you to know about and share. We're really thrilled to have Maddie here today. We meet with her often. She's a wonderful resource for us, helps us with so many creative promotional pieces. And again, our partnership is part of an extra benefit that the foundation offers to Lions and Friends. So I would like to introduce Maddie, and she will now share her expertise on the Free Will platform for us today. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Nick. Hello, Lions. It is such a pleasure to meet y'all. Like Nick already mentioned, I have the absolute pleasure of every 8 weeks meeting with Doug and Nick to talk about estate planning and the importance of estate planning. And so I'm just going to share a bit about what free will is, and then I'm going to go into a quick demo on how easy it really is to use free will. So first and foremost, right, this is a gift to you from Oregon Lions Sight and Hearing Foundation, because as mentioned, this is 100% free and legally binding. You can now more easily care for the people and the causes you love because of free will. And so just a quick agenda, we'll go through why you should make a will, what free will is, and then how it works, that demo. And so why should I make a will? Well, first and foremost, right, how do we give our community a simple way to protect their assets as well as their loved ones? How can we offer estate planning as an employee benefit even at no cost? And then how can we give our community a way to support our mission also at no cost today? Now, I want to start off by saying that 98% of all wealth is in non-cash, right? This is just a fact. And we know that the opportunity is now because 76 million baby boomers in America will be transferring over that wealth, right? $68 trillion in non-cash assets. And so here are the facts, right? 67% of American adults do not have a will. Estate planning does not have to be complex, scary, or expensive, right? What we've built is a simple and free tool that anyone can use to create their most important documents. And Free Will's self-help estate planning solutions are available in all 50 states and specifically tailored to your needs based upon where you live as well. And so we want to bring you peace of mind as you create a plan for you and your loved ones. And so we know that writing a will saves time, money, and stress. You don't know how often I've heard from organizations horror stories of folks who didn't have a will in place and how chaotic and stressful that was for the loved ones left behind. A will ensures that your loved ones know your wishes, right? It eases their stress and also prevents the cost of lengthy court proceedings. With a will, you can preserve your legacy by leaving a bequest, right? So part of creating your estate plan is thinking about those nonprofits that you want to see leave a legacy to and you want to see help others in the future. And it's easier than ever now to make a will. So with Free Will, for example, it takes 20 minutes. It is 100% free, and like I mentioned, legally binding. But what is free will, right? So I have this little video to show. I'm not sure if you can hear my sound. If you can't, I'm happy to go off screen and let y'all share it, since I know you have this as well. But let's check it out.
Did you know that the #1 way to protect a child, a pet, or a loved one is by having an estate plan in place? Many people are surprised to learn this. They often think the process takes time, money, and can be pretty uncomfortable to think about. But what if by writing your will now, you could leave an impactful legacy and make sure that your loved ones are protected? That's why we've partnered with FreeWill to bring you an estate planning tool that you can use in the comfort of your home, completely free. You can write a legally valid will in just 20 minutes on a platform that has been trusted by hundreds of thousands of Americans. The service is designed to be really easy to use, and you can trust that their products are legally sound. They have an A+ accreditation with the Better Business Bureau, and they work with attorneys across the US to advise their products. You can also pair FreeWill service with your own attorney if you want to be extra sure. Every day, thousands of people use FreeWill to create their estate plans and give to organizations like ours. So get started on your will today and support the people and causes you love.
Yeah, so like I mentioned, right? A tool you can use on your own if you don't want to spend, $400, $500, $600 on, a consultation with your attorney. You can do it in just 20 minutes, or you can do it with your attorney. But just a really easy tool. And I just want to read real quick this testimonial, which is so many websites claim to offer free legal papers until you get to the end and then you have to pay. FreeWill is totally free. You can go back and edit and update your wishes at any time. Customer service is very prompt and helpful. Plus, they make it so easy by just answering simple questions. I highly recommend them. Thanks, Margaret. So like mentioned here, like Margaret mentioned, I think another key factor about using FreeWill is that you can go in at any time. You can make updates to your estate plans. Things change, right? Assets, you gain more of them, or you gain more dependents. You can always go back and make that change with FreeWill. And so how does it work? All right, so first and foremost, I'd love everyone on the call to take out their phones and just take a quick view with your camera of this QR code and open up FreeWill on your phone. Just really quick and easy. I want to show you Oregon Lion's personal FreeWill page. And as you can see on the right, it'll take you to a page that looks just like this. And so I want you to have it open because I'm going to do a demo. And if you want to follow along, you're more than welcome to, or you could just save that tab for later, whatever's easiest for you. And so real quick, is FreeWill for everyone? I'm sure this is something you're thinking. Online estate planning isn't suitable for everyone. If you have complex legal needs, we always do encourage to seek legal counsel in those instances. Apologies. What we do though is when you complete the will flow is provide your responses in an easy to read summary. You can print those out and give it to your attorney at any time. So you could also start this process, print it out, give it to your attorney, have a discussion with them. But some additional benefits with FreeWill I do want to touch upon it before we get into the demo, which is that we offer durable financial power of attorney. We offer advanced healthcare directives. You can edit your estate plan at any time, like I mentioned, and you can also announce your beneficiary designations. So there's a lot of things you can do with FreeWill. I will skip that for right now. I'm going to go into the demo. So here I am on Oregon Lion's Sight and Hearing Foundation's FreeWill product. As you can see, a gift for you in your future. And we also offer the ability to create a free revocable living trust, which can also in some instances be what some folks want to do. So I'm just going to exit out this right now so you could see the whole page. We have this beautiful image and we have a little welcome message up top. I'm going to get started though. So my name today is Test, right? This way our team knows that I'm running a demo. But my preferred name is Maddie, and we are going to test out leaving a bequest to Oregon Lions. Right, I'm going to save and continue. Oh, it knew I was fake. Let me go back. My mistake. Here we go. I'll use the real email. Beautiful. Save and continue. Okay, great. Female, I could put my pronouns. I could put my birth date. I could put a phone number. I could put my street address. And then city, I'm just going to say I'm from Miami, Florida, because that is actually where I'm from. I'm going to click save and continue. And then it's going to ask me a couple of questions. Are you legally married? Yes, it'll ask for that name. No, in this case. So I'm going to save and continue. Do I have children? If I said yes, it would ask me if my children were under the age of 18 and ask me to add all of them. In this case, I'm going to go no, though. And then it's going to say, do you have any pets you'd like to provide in your will? Yes, actually, I do. And I would like to include her in my plans because I know she cannot do anything without me. And it'll ask me how much I'd like to provide for my pet's needs. So let's say I'm going to put $5,000. And in order of preference, who would I like to be responsible? And I'm going to put my mother. Parent. Save and continue. So now all is in my will. How would I like to provide my assets? Now it's giving me two options. The first, I'd like to list out each of my assets, right? This would be if you wanted to go really comprehensive with everything you have, or I just want to estimate my total assets for now. So I'm going to personally do that, save and continue. And then it asks me, the estimate should not include any assets distributed outside of your will. So joint accounts, 401k accounts, life insurance. In this instance, I'm going to say I'm about worth that, and I'm going to click save and continue. Here we are. Leave a gift to Oregon Lions Sight and Hearing Foundation. There's a beautiful description of what y'all do. Also, I just have to say an absolute pleasure today to see that live and in action. So thank you. And I'm going to click Oregon Lions and I'm going to say, how much do I want to leave? I can leave a percentage. I can leave a fixed amount, right? Now, the thing about percentage, the value of your assets go up and down all the time, right? We know this. So if I'm leaving 10%, right, free will calculate for Oregon Lions over time, right? The up and down of that asset. So I'm going to leave 10% and I'm going to say, I love what you do. Leave a little message. I'm going to save and exit. And it's also going to give me other organizations I can leave a bequest to, right? We want to be philanthropic. I'm going to click save and continue. Will you make the work of nonprofits easier by letting them know who you are? And sure, I absolutely want them to know who I am. Who should inherit your residual estate when you pass away? You can create a custom plan. Right now, it's calculating 10%. I have another 90% of my will to designate to someone, and I'm going to designate it to my little niece, right? Luciana. And she is a relative. I'm going to save. She's a lucky girl. She's going to get all 90%. And I'm going to save and continue. If Luciana does not survive you, who should the portion of the estate go to? I'm going to leave it to charity. And I am going to type in Oregon Lions. Y'all already popped up. So should my little niece, unfortunately, right, pass before I do, now 100% is going to Oregon Lions. That is a secondary bequest. Save and continue. Oh, 100%. Right? Leave to my heirs, save and continue. Save and continue. And now specific gifts, you can leave those as well. So for example, I can add property, leave that, but I'm going to just click save and continue here. And then it even asks you your funeral wishes, where you can add those details about how, your funeral wishes, which also allows you to leave another gift. In lieu of flowers, I'd like donations to go to XYZ charity, in this case, Oregon Lions. But for right now, I'm just going to click save and continue. I can leave an executor. I'm going to put my mom. No, yes. Save and continue. I'm going to just click no for now. And I'm done. Now, obviously, right, I did this in like 7 minutes because I'm not deep diving into my information, but I'm done. All I have to do is review this document, save and continue. I've just made the gift. I can download my will. I can email it to myself. And the best part is I can log back in at any time and make changes to that plan at free of cost. So with that, I'm happy to answer any questions, but thank you so much for having me. It's been an absolute pleasure working with Oregon Lions, and just really appreciate the invitation today to get to talk about the wonderful work you're doing with Free Will.
Thank you, Maddie. Really appreciate you taking the time out of your busy day to join us. And thanks for that tutorial. Want to emphasize something to our audience today, whether or not you're here live right now or watching this recording at some point in the future. That was not a sales pitch. That was a tutorial, hopefully to make us a little bit more comfortable now that we've seen Maddie navigate through there. Maybe we're a little bit more comfortable talking about free will to others. And when we do, rest assured, there's no expectation or requirement like Maddie did. Thank you for leaving something for Olive. That's important. Cats need to be taken care of. But thank you for, in that hypothetical, thinking of the Oregon Lions Sight and Hearing Foundation, although it's not required. A lion can use free will entirely for their own use, and they can even name another charity or another nonprofit. That's perfectly okay. To our board and our stakeholders, I want you to know that we've already experienced a quality return on our investment of what we are paying to free will. We've had enough people remember us in their will that it's going to more than cover our expenses. So anything that we happen to receive is icing on the cake, if you will. So that being said, Maddie, thanks again for being here. We're going to continue with our board members and trustees in the future, sharing more about free will with you, because for those familiar with like the adult learning style, you can tell me something and I might remember it, and you can show it to me and I've got a better chance of remembering it. But if I do it as an adult, I'm going to be much more likely not only to remember how to do it, but I'm going to be more comfortable sharing it with other people. So Maddie, having you here today was fantastic. Some of you may see Maddie again at some point in the future, because we'll probably invite you back, Maddie, for something else. But at this point, what we're going to do is we're going to spin the wheel again. We're going to give away a prize, and then we're going to thank everyone for being here on Leap Day. Brenda, as you're bringing the wheel up, I want to let everybody know that in the spirit of helping our trustees become more comfortable ambassadors, we realize that not everybody has a projector that you can go out and do a presentation with the great presentation that we've created. And what we're going to give away as a loaner is a projector. The winner of this wheel spin is going to have loaned to them at no cost a projector that you can use for visitations as long as you're a trustee. And then we'll just ask you to turn it back into the foundation when your term expires. So that being said, Brenda, let's spin the wheel and see who's going to be the winner of a Optima projector loaner from the Oregon Lions Sight and Hearing Foundation to be an even stronger ambassador. Here's the wheel spinning. Isn't it ironic that a sight and hearing organization has a blurry wheel? Sorry about that. Hey, Art Abbott, you are the winner of a free loaner. And fortunately, I know where you live. So, I know I can get this back from you. Hey, Art, congratulations. We'll get this to you at our earliest convenience. Congratulations to Russ Chase, who won the OLSHF Trivia Board. We'll get that to you, Russ. And thank you all for being here. Maddie, thank you so much. We appreciate you very much. Nick, thanks for being our co-host. And we look forward to seeing everybody very, very soon. Happy Leap Day, everyone.